Hey you guys, it is Ninfa, and as I always say, you can always make more money, but you can't make more time, so I'm so grateful for you taking the time to watch this. It's truly a blessing, and I am thankful. Now, I'm all about helping people become financially and physically healthier, and it starts with your mind. So we're going to talk about Miracle Morning, Chapter 6. It was a huge chapter. It's actually pretty big. That's like a good section here. So it's a pretty big section here. So if you're reading along with me in Miracle Morning, and you're like, Ninfa, it's going to take me a couple days to get through it, that's perfectly fine. I think it's about 30 pages. So, if you're doing 10 pages a day, you'll get it done in 3 days. So no big deal. So, but it's a big section. I wish I could read it all the way through with you right here, right now. But I can't do that. And if you don't have the book and you're just watching, I do recommend getting the book so you can kind of go through a little bit yourself and actually get the details on how to do each of these. But I'm going to go through them on a high level today so that you can start your day, on a good start, right? Miracle Morning is great for this. This is what changed my life. And every time I come back to it, I'm like, why and did I stop doing this? And so definitely making my morning more of ritual now from now on out. So how many of you guys, actually, a couple days ago, I did a video on how to have a more productive morning. Did you guys do those steps where you did affirmations that night or affirming that you're going to have a great morning no matter how much sleep you got that night? Did you put your phone at the end of the room? Did you have your glass of water ready so that when you got up the next morning, you had your water? And then you got up, the alarm went off. You then went and washed your face, right? Splash some water on your face, do your wash up, do a whole morning routine, drank some water, and then put your clothes on to work out or to take a shower. Some people like to take a shower to wake up and then they'll go and do their day, whatever works for you. So did you do that? Because here's the deal about reading books. You can read as many books as you want to read. Okay? And you can go, oh, that was such great information. But if you don't do it, your life will not change. There's so many self-help books out there, so many things that you could be reading. And it's going in there subconsciously. The more that you read, the more you want to step out and do the things. But please, start just making an action step. Like I read one book once a month and I implement one thing in there. It's going to really, truly change your life. And that's stepping out of your comfort zone. We're not talking about stepping out of your comfort zone like 100%. You're like, whoa. I mean, if tomorrow I'm going to be, doing something crazy, right? I'm talking about 4% stepping out of your comfort zone. Going from going to bed whenever you feel like to going to bed at a certain time and getting up at a certain time. It's uncomfortable for sure, but it's totally doable. And if you're going to take an hour in your morning, the best thing to do is to prepare yourself with personal growth, to personal development. And so this is what it's all about. So today we're going to talk about the S.A.V.E.R.S, what you're going to be doing in the morning. And the first one is not sleep. It is silence. So it's just so important for you to take the time out to mentally get yourself in a quiet place in the morning. Now, a lot of us don't like that option. Like we like to talk, we like to do things, we like to physically do something or what have you, but you don't realize how much it is for your body just to take the time mentally and physically to rest for a good 5 minutes and not do anything, right? So it says on here, success is something, the saviors are this. Success is something you attract by the person you become, by Jim Rohn. And extraordinary life is all that is, oh my gosh, I can't read. An extraordinary life is all about daily, continuous improvements in the areas that matter most to you. So, okay, so we're going to go to silence here. I love these two quotes for silence. In the attitude of silence, the soul finds a path in a clearer light, and what is exclusive and deceptive reveals itself into crystal clearness. Mahatma Gandhi. You can learn more in an hour of silence than you can learn in a year from books. So take the time out. And that was from Matthew Kelly. All right. So take the time out to be silent. And there are different ways to do that, guys. You don't actually have to do meditation necessarily, but one of them is meditation. You can do guided meditation or you can do self-meditation. Guided meditation, you can get an app. There's tons of free apps out there for meditation, and they will guide you through a 5-minute one, a 10-minute one, a 3-minute one, a 30-minute one, an hour one, and they'll guide you through what you need to do through that time. And you'll be thinking to yourself, is this really working? And then you open your eyes, you've never been more relaxed in your life. You're like, oh, holy smokes. Because the thing about meditation is not that you're not going to be thinking about things, because let's get real, our mind is always thinking, but you will be relaxing your everything else. Like your body will just be in full relaxation. We're not talking about sleeping. We're talking about meditation, where your body is like, you're just relaxing every orifice of your body and only your mind is working. Because even if you just say a phrase over and over and over in your head until the meditation is done, you're focused on that one phrase. You're not going crazy doing something or physically. You're just mentally taking it there. That's why mental clarity is so great. All right, you can do prayer in the morning. Amen to that. We love some prayer. Silent time with that. Reflection on your day or what has happened the day before. Deep breathing, which is great. You can breathe out 3 seconds, hold it for 3 seconds and breathe in 3 seconds, hold for 3 seconds and breathe out 3 seconds. That's a great way of doing it. And then gratitude, just writing down what you're grateful for, right? Is a great way to do some meditation. Okay, so that is a good silence thing. If you want more details, please read the book. All right, next one is affirmations. A for affirmations out of S.A.V.E.R.S is affirmations. And let's see here. All right, so in here, he's got a 4-step process on how to do affirmations. I'm going to actually have you go ahead and read that, but more importantly, it's just basically, I want to read a section here to you. Because I thought it was really good. I'm going. Okay, I don't see it in here, but affirmations are great. We lie to ourselves on a daily basis. When we lie to ourselves talking about, well, I'm just not good enough, or I'm just not worthy, or I'm just not this, I'm just not that. That's a lie. First of all, God put you on this earth. You are worthy of all the things. Stop thinking that way, right? So let's start and turn that into something more positive, because we lie to ourselves every day and we believe it. Why can't we lie to ourselves in a positive way and start to believe that? The more and more and more you say something that empowers you on a daily basis, the more you will become that woman or man that you're trying to become. So please, lie to yourself in a positive way. I was watching something from Jessica Hickman yesterday. I think Women and Millionaires or something like that. And she said when she was doing her network marketing business, she was 21 years old at the time. And her thing she said to herself was, I'm too young for this business. Nobody's going to ever sign up with me. Nobody's ever going to purchase anything from me. She turned over the paper and did a power statement. Youth is power. Ooh, right? Ooh, it's power. And with that, she was able to go forth to be able to have $1 million business, because she no longer believed that being young was a negative thing for her. She can't make it happen. It actually was an empowerment. So say something that's in the opposite. If you're like, I'm just not worthy. You know what I mean? I wonder what would be empowering. I'm just not worthy, and just say, you know what? God brought me on this earth to do great things. I'm worthy of all that comes in my life, right? Boom, right? Power for that. So lie to yourself in a good way and it becomes your truth. And guess what? You live it. If you think it, you feel it. If you feel it, you act it, right? So we got to stop doing that. We got to stop acting a certain way because we feel a certain way and because we think negatively, right? So think positively. And positive is not like, I am wonderful. You know what I mean? That's fine. That works. That's great. I would say, I would add some truth at the end of each of those affirmations if I were you. So I had someone, I heard Mitch Newman was on a thing I was doing for business. And he said, there's somebody that was like, hey, I want to achieve this goal or what have you. But they didn't really truly believe it, you know? So like, and he's like, okay, cool. So just say, I will be making, $5,000 a month by October 31st, 2021. And I have a beautiful family of 4 girls and, and a husband. Because the last part of that was actual truth. Because she does have a beautiful family of 4 girls and a husband, right? So the last thing, because the thing about it is the last thing you think about is what you're going to, act on. So if you go, I'm going to make $5,000 by the end of October, and you're like, whatever, right? So if you say, I'm going to make $5,000 by the end of October, and my family is da-da-da-da-da, that's truth. So therefore you put truth next to something that you want, and boom, it becomes the thing you think about. Yeah, that's true. I do have a family of 4 and a husband. And yes, I am going to make $5,000 by the end of October, right? Because the last thing you said was truth in that end of that affirmation. So that's a great way to do that too. Visualization is number 3 for the savers. I just think this is a great thing to do. I have always had a hard time doing this, but visualizing where you want to be. You can either look towards the near future, the end of the day, or further into the future, like I did while writing this book. So you can visualize how your day is going to be that day. Sometimes we can't visualize anything else, but like, okay, I'm going to do my 60 minutes of this whole, miracle morning process. My children are going to be amazing. I'm going to get them going. I'm going to get food on the table or what have you, get them out the door. I'm going to go to work. They're going to be, I'm going to get these projects done today and da-da-da-da. And you could just line up how your day is going to flow great that day with all of its imperfections. But you've got that in your mind. You're like, okay, it's all out there. I got my list of how I want this day to go. And you can go forth with that, right? Because you think it, you feel it's going to go well, and then you're going to act on it, right? So you can visualize that way. You can visualize in the near future, like, you're going to run a 5K in, I don't know, 2 months or a month, right? And you can visualize walking out the door, going for that run, coming, and then, finishing on the finish line. Maybe you'll go and actually, I know these days with a whole COVID thing, we're not doing too many of these races together. But when we were, you could probably go find the finish line and look to see what the finish line looked like, right? And then visualize you going through the finish line. Matter of fact, you could actually walk through it and see that you finished it yourself. So therefore your mind goes, okay, that's what's going to look like when I finish. I'm going to be running down this trail here. I'm going to do run walks. I'm going to do run the whole time. I'm going to walk it the whole time, whatever floats your boat, but you're going to finish that. So you can visualize what that looks like. And it could be something as big as all of your crazy, amazing dreams in your life that you want to accomplish. What are you going to wear that day? What are you going to feel like that day? How much money are you going to be making that day? What kind of house, family, what have you? And just start to visualize that. The greatest thing to do is actually go and, like, if there's a certain car you want, go and look at that car and sit in it and what have you. Because if you can see it and visualize it, it can be yours. Okay? You'll start to feel like, I deserve that car. So I'm going to do the work it takes to get there. All right? So that's visualization. All right. Exercise, baby. Exercise is on here as the saver. So that's number 4 is exercise. You're going to be exercising. Here's what it says. If you don't make the time to exercise, you'll probably have to make the time for illness. I'm not going to say probably. This is from Robin Sharma. I'm not going to say probably. You will make the time for illness if you don't move your body, right? And some of you are probably not physically able right now to move your body. I also think that eats for eating well as well. But the thing about it is in the morning for the 6 savers, you won't be doing that before you start your day. It'll be something you'll do after probably. So if you're unable to physically move your body right now, eating well is so important. And it doesn't take much to do it. Could be just taking the bread off of your burger. Having a salad instead of, fries. Eating more vegetables for lunch and for dinner, and kind of crowding out those other things. You still have them, but they're not, you eat that first and you feel less hungry to eat the rest of it. Whatever works. Drinking a lot more water each day. Going from 0 ounces of water today to maybe 16 ounces of water a day, and building up from there. These little tweaks and things can really improve your health so that eventually you'll be able to move your body. There's also ways to find ways to move your body. There's a lot of like at-home videos. I've seen a lot of people that have like those sit-down videos where they can't get out of their chair, but they can move their leg and their arms and things like that. You can find a way to make it happen, but exercise is so important. Because the one not only does it give you endorphins and makes you feel good, but it releases what is it called? Now your adrenal glands. What are those things called? Can't remember what they are. But if you're working out, what are those glands called? Dang it. I can't remember what they are. But anyways, there's a gland that actually works for you if you move your body. So if you don't, it just holds all the toxins in it, and it just waits for you to move so they can release it. It's just like, lymph nodes. So your lymph nodes are there to catch all of those toxins that are in your body. And when you move your body, you breathe heavily, and you get that oxygen through your body, it releases it out of your body, and it goes to, whatever it needs to release to, right? Either whether in your waste, your urine, whatever, but it really releases it out. So make sure you're finding ways to get your heart rate up. It doesn't have to be a lot a day, but just make sure you're doing it. Okay. All right. And the last the fifth one is R for reading. Reading is so important. Here's some books that I recommend people reading, and he also recommends The Millionaire Fast Lane by M.J. DeMarco. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So good. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. That's also a very good one. And Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, if you're looking to get your finances together. There's so many great books out there. But the thing about it is, reading is so important. So this is what he recommends, which I also recommend as well. I recommend making a commitment to read a minimum of 10 pages a day. Although 5 is okay to start with if you read slowly, or you don't yet enjoy reading. Okay. Let's do some math in this for a second. Reading 10 pages a day 10 pages per day is not going to break you, but it will make you. We're only talking 10 to 15 minutes of reading, or 15 to 30 minutes of reading if you read slow. So if you look at it this way. If you quantify that reading 10 pages a day will average 3,650 pages a year, which equates to approximately 18 200-page personal development self-improvement books in a year, which is so incredible, right? So find a way to read more each day, or listen to audibles. So I recommend reading. You can actually have the book and the audible playing at the same time and reading. That's fine too. I do that sometimes myself. But I recommend reading for 10 pages a day, or 5 pages a day, and just getting that information in, and then obviously, do the actions. You're learning something new, and if it resonates with you, get into action. Your life will improve from that. Okay. Let's see. And the last one is scribing. So it's really writing and journaling, but he's trying to do S.A.V.E.R.S for the acronym, and writing and journaling didn't work for that. So he's scribing. So journaling, there's just great ways to journal each day. Decide what you want to do. You can do it either electronically, on an app, or you can actually write down in an actual journal. And decide what you're going to write down. You can have a journal that's a gratitude journal. a dream journal, a food journal, a workout journal, etc. There's so many things you can write down each day, and you can just have a journal where you're like, I just writing down what happened yesterday and how I felt about it, and then how I'm going into the next day, right? That could be part of your visualization, like you're writing down what you want how today to go, and then visualize that right afterwards. So that's it. So that is the S.A.V.E.R.S. It's silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. And here, if you want to do a print screen of it, this is what you'll do. You do 5 minutes of silence, 5 minutes of affirmations, 5 minutes of visualization, 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of reading, and 5 minutes of writing. Okay? Do print screen. All right, and that's all you're going to do every morning is do that every morning, and you're going to see an improvement in your life. All right, so I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Let me know if you're going to do the S.A.V.E.R.S. Either as soon as we're done with this book or start doing it now, because you know what they're all about. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Type it below. Bye.